So if you have been keeping up with Ladybug, there are always certain things that the show likes to tease us with, being the Adrian Marinette will they, won't they relationship. But another thing they like to tease the audience with is the idea of Marinette being akumatized. It's gotten so bad that the director himself has had to make comments about it in his last interview. So in this video, I want to discuss the whole idea of Marinette getting akumatized next season. I will discuss why it could happen, won't happen, and give a final verdict on it. So let's first talk about how Marinette would be akumatized next season. Reason 1, look at the villain for next season, Lila. Lila going into next season probably knows that Marinette is Ladybug. She was there in the season 5 finale when Gabriel and Marinette were fighting each other.
In order to bring Emily back, someone else will have to disappear. In order to heal the wound that Cat Noir inflicted on me.
So it's safe to assume she saw Marinette de-transform after the fight. Looking at this image here, or possibly during the fight when Shadow Moth was telling the world that Ladybug is Marinette.
Oh, you! Marinette Dupan Chang?
No! Tiki, flag, unify!
So it's kind of hard to believe she wouldn't know about this. Here's why that matters. Lila hates Marinette and Ladybug, so imagine how she feels knowing that they are the same person. Here's why that matters also. Lilia hurts you by hurting your relationships with other people and by making you the bad guy, as done to Marinette multiple times. To the point Alia, her best friend, doesn't even listen to her when she complains about Lila. Lila's gonna put all her energy into ruining Marinette's life, since it can also affect her in her missions also. Lila will then try to spread this ruin to Adrian in an attempt to get them broken up. Remember, the last time Marinette was akumatized was in Elation, due to not being able to date Cat Noir.
Wait, what are we doing? This is too weird, and it's wrong.
Ugh! I am sick and tired of other people deciding what's good for me!
Here is why Lila being the villain also affects Marinette's Akumnization. The 2 times Marinette has been akumatized, or at least close enough, were both during the season 3 episode Ladybug.
Verity Queen.
And the season 5 episode Elation. The Ladybug Akumnization in season 3 was due to Lila making Marinette look like the ultimate bully, and honestly didn't work due to chance. The second time was due to Marinette being sad that her relationship with Cat Noir wasn't going anywhere. Trust me, Marinette, we the audience feel the same way. Lila, just by being herself, can replicate the season 3 Akumnizations, and Marinette and Adrian are dating in season 6. Lila is gonna ignore Adrian and put her all into Marinette. She's gonna try to ruin Marinette's relationship, which may cause her the most pain, while also giving Lila the chance to akumatize her. Lila will want this because 1, she wants control of any situation she is in.
Why did Jagged Stone write a song about Lila when he could have written it about me?
Lila knows all of the Hollywood directors. She promised she'd mention me to Steven Spielberg himself.
Lila? Yeah, she just started our school. She even gave me an exclusive interview for the Lady Blog.
Controlling Ladybug would fit this purpose for her, but it also allows her to ruin her life as Lila sees fits. Maybe for revenge that Lila feels she deserves. This could work from a storytelling point, since the viewers did see she always values control over anything in the show. The idea of controlling France's #1 superhero would be too desirable for Lila. This is also good because this is my opinion, and going into reason 2, but the big wigs of Ladybug, especially Thomas Astruc, listens to the fans of the show. Whether this be people complaining about how bad season 3, aka reheated season 2, was only to respond with better writing, to argue with fans online, and when asked questions about how bad he treated Adrian, his only response was, people just don't like to see women winning. The main problem with the last 2 seasons of Ladybug is how they have been treating Adrian. Like, just think about it. We have spent 8 years on an arc where his dad was the villain and was only a villain for his mom. For it to end with Adrian not only to be the one that stopped his dad, him not knowing Gabriel was the villain, and not to even be there for his death.
There is only one thing I wish to change.
Fine, what do you want?
Going more into reason 2, Lila is going to have tunnel vision for Marinette this season. This tunnel vision will lead the show with 2 options. The first option is in which they develop Adrian's character this season, and one of the best ways to do that would be to get Marinette akumatized. This is a hot take, but the show can't develop Ladybug and Cat Noir at the same time. Some of Cat Noir's best episodes were where Ladybug was limited, such as Glaciator 2.
What movies are playing?
Little love notes. We're trying to think of something else, so no romantic comedies. What about Shark Tank versus Mecha Tiger?
A title like that, I think we should be safe.
Or Elation.
Thanks for flying Cat Noir Airways. We hope you'll be flying again soon.
Thanks. That was nice.
My pleasure.
If she gets akumatized, then you have no choice to develop Adrian unless they decide this is going to be the Alia season. The other way they can go, and this is probably how they are gonna do it, is by making this a heavily focused Marinette season. They have to, because I don't expect as many smooth brain moments for Lila this season. Marinette will go through a lot this season and needs time to flesh it out. An example of this heavy Marinette focused season is season 4. Remember in season 4, Marinette had to deal with being the new guardian and its rules, giving up on loving Adrian, and fully giving out all the Kwamis. Because of this, Adrian got heavenly pushed out and Lila was forgotten about. They literally had an episode that season, Kuroneko, in which Adrian quits due to the disrespect from Ladybug.
What's gotten into him? I didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything? Well, yeah, you did. You've been neglecting a very classy piece of camembert on your plate for too long, and as a
The third reason, and this can kind of be a small factor, but the show has a quality of teasing certain things, and then finally having them come through. For example, teasing the Marinette and Adrian relationships in different episodes, such as Cat Blanc or Ephemeral, only for them to work out finally in season 5. And going into season 6. Like I have said before, they tease the Marinette Akumnizations in season 3, episode Ladybug, and season 5, Elation. This could be the season in which the teasing finally comes true to life, but who really knows? And the last reason, and this might be a small reason, but you know this is the Lila Shadow Moth introduction season. You want it to be good and memorable, especially with all the problems everyone had with the season 5 finale and the show's writing. Getting Marinette akumatized would help set that up. Like, think about it, OMG, Lila akumatitsid Marinette. This is a different situation. Out with the smooth brain. So let's go into why the Marinette Akumnization won't happen this season. The first reason, and this is just common sense at this point of the show, is Marinette is the show's golden child. Like, let's not forget, she's the one that solved Adrian's family problem. Adrian is a main character. At least that's what they say, and couldn't be part of the arc about his own family. Like what? For example, Marinette and Adrian have both been akumatized 2 times, or at least near to akumatization. Marinette being Elation and Ladybug, and Adrian being Cat Blanc,
Cat Blanc.
an ephemeral episode.
Ephemeral.
Adrian's the only one that got akumatized. Next reason, the show has pretty much gone out of its way to state if there is a problem, Marinette has to be the one to solve it. You have the Adrian season 5 situation that was discussed earlier, but then you have season 4 as a whole. Marinette becomes a guardian due to what happens in the season 3 finale. Cool. Marinette was obviously having problems and never told Cat Noir anything, even though a lot of what she was stressing over could have been solved by Cat Noir. Like even the Cat Blanc situation for a bit, Marinette was struggling about the trauma from it for all of season 4.
The ball of the dog, Felix. He has the yo-yo, and that means he has the miraculous.
And then a little conversation with Cat Noir in the season 4 finale, in which she literally tells Adrian everything and how she tried to take everything on her own. And guess what? Adrian literally says, "I'll be there for you," and everything was pretty much okay.
Made a mess of everything.
Milady. We're gonna get them back one by one until the very last.
Even the idea of Cat Blanc, I can understand being traumatized from it. Wouldn't it have been better to prepare Cat Noir for it, since getting akumatized is more of a mental thing? Like, shouldn't you prepare him mentally? Especially since ostracizing him is probably the worst opinion for a villain that feeds on emotion. Even how the Kwamis were taken away was due to the show creators writing how Marinette had to be the one to solve the problem.
Fetch.
Instead of relying on other heroes, Ladybug should have really shared some of the Kwamis with Adrian. There is no reason why, and think about this, we got all the Kwamis with their superheroes before we got any Kwami combinations with Adrian. The superheroes being in Peniel Team, and Adrian being in the season 5 episode Evolution.
You do it, kitty.
You want me to control time?
It's you and me, remember?
Let that sink in. The last reason, and I've noticed this, and this is kind of a subtle thing I have noticed, but Ladybug doesn't like having multiple storylines, like big ones going on at the same time in the same season. Like season 3, you had the Lila Gabriel build-up.
I think he needs a friend his age. Someone who understands him, who can protect him from negative influences. Someone you can trust, too.
You and I think the same way. See you again very soon, Lila.
See you soon, Mr. Agrest.
But due to season 4 being the Cat Blanc season, you had to push Lila to the side, even though both could have been resolved that season. In season 6, you have the Lila Shadow Moth season, and the Adrian finding out about the truth about his father, which is enough plot lines to go about with. All in all, with this information, what do I think will happen with the show? I don't think they will akumatize Marinette this season, at least not in season 6. One, this show has shown me enough times that they don't really care for Adrian, so why not have him get akumatized instead of Marinette? We don't need Adrian development. Marinette being akumatized would most likely mean Cat Noir would have to step up. Second, due to having so many other factors like Adrian's father, it would be best to move the Marinette's Akumization to a different season. Third, Thomas has said himself Lila is a difficult character to write for, meaning if possible, the show it will take the simplest way out. Those are the 3 main reasons. Also, side characters don't take over seasons. Isn't that right, Thomas? So that is the video. This video was brought about due to some comments Thomas made during the interview a month ago. The fact that he answered this question about Marinette getting akumatized actually shows that it's either on his mind lately or people keep asking him. This is the same interview that he said Emily could come back in season 7, so shout out to the last Kwame user that hasn't been akumatized yet. Bye.